Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the great advantage in going last is all our competition colleagues are here to rally us on. So thank you. My name is Calvin Brook. I'm with Brook McIlroy. We're landscape architects, and urban designers. And I'm accompanied tonight by John Patakau of Patakau Architects. Our team, of course, is much larger than that and includes river specialists, ecologists, shoreline engineers, and many others, including Colin Berman, who is our senior landscape architect who's here tonight. And all of them were instrumental to this vision. The continuum Back to the River project describes an aspirational relationship between the people of London and the Thames River that recognizes we are linked to the river in a continuum of mutual dependence. The continuum is founded on 5 key actions. Bring the river back to health, restores the river's sustainability and ecology. Be Here Now captures the myriad of activities that will bring Londoners back to the river. A new river culture advocates for an emerging generation of river stewards through participation, education, and culture. The past and the future are present. This is the last line from Joseph Boyden's Orenda. And for us, it asks the question, can the deep history of the river valley be better revealed through indigenous placemaking? We believe it can. The 5th action, catalyzing urban regeneration, provides a strategy that pairs river improvements with urban redevelopment to leverage funding for these initiatives from other levels of government and the private sector. So now to begin, reviving the river's health will bring us back to the river. A series of environmentally restorative measures are proposed to revitalize the watercourse and the valley lands. Today, the river channel is overly wide and shallow given the volume and speed of water moving through it. These are not healthy river conditions. By strategically narrowing the river, it will move faster with deeper pools, creating better conditions for sediment transport and the creation of healthy habitats. By shifting the riverbanks inward, wider areas containing wetlands, parallel water channels, and new trails can be created on both sides of the river. Constructed wetlands are located at stormwater outfalls that are coming from the surrounding urban area, naturally filtering and cleansing the water before it enters the river. Side channels and wetlands line the reconstructed riverbanks, creating space for new river activities, including winter skating. Areas of degradation through the valley are restored through regrading and replanting, improving terrestrial habitat while consolidating green corridors for wildlife. A blue trail for boating spans the river, connecting to a series of launch points, which also serve as interpretive sites. An enhanced green trail system provides a continuous circuit for hiking and jogging. Green streets and gateways provide a unique, sustainably branded design that draws people in the surrounding neighborhoods to the river. and a network of shelters and installations accommodate exercise stations, interpretive signage, public art, and educational installations. We are proposing a sequence of 15 river nature shelters, which are placed along the river pathway network, accommodating a new program of outdoor education for kids and all those who will become the stewards of the river. These shelters also provide seating, shade, and other public amenities. So, moving now to the first focus area. At the heart of the Forks, a new circuit path is proposed as a continuous pedestrian loop linking the three banks of the river to a series of destinations and activities. The circuit is achieved through new bridge infrastructure, including a cantilevered pedestrian promenade on the Kensington Bridge and a new suspension bridge we call the Antler Bridge. At the epicenter of this circuit, marking the confluence of the merging watercourse, the river circle is the visual and symbolic anchor of the Forks. This circle is created by placing aeration loops on the riverbed, which oxygenate the water. Air bubbles rise to the surface in shifting patterns that glow during the day and night. And now I will hand it over to John to present the Forks inaugural project.
Thank you, Cal. The Boathouse Pavilion draws the public back to the river by creating a multi-purpose venue for gathering and relaxation, for performance and learning, for events, and for embarking on river adventures. Three main components of the boathouse anchor Dundas Street, reconnecting and reinvigorating the river's edge with a new public amenity. The terrace stair is the first. The floating boat deck is the second, and the overlook pavilion is the third. The terrace stair, which you see highlighted here and in close-up, connects Dundas Street to the floating boat dock and is a natural place for education and instruction. During lunch hour and weekends, it can become a new social hub along the water, drawing the public from the street level down. It is also a natural place, day or night, for hosting performance and entertainment events, such as the pop-up theater illustrated here. The floating boat deck, which is sheltered by a robust concrete or cross-laminated timber slab and cable truss system, provides a launch point for river access. A venue for demonstration of boating techniques and water safety, alongside talks about the historical and ecological heritage of the Thames River. It is also a place where the public can rent a variety of small craft and head out onto the river for a day of active fun or relaxation. The Overlook Pavilion, which is constructed of a filigree of wood, steel, and glass, creates a shaded place for large groups. Perhaps not as large as the Table for 1200 fundraiser in Winnipeg, shown in this collage, but a wonderful place for many events, including bustling venue for weekend craft markets, or a quiet place for contemplation.
Moving from the boathouse, one now crosses the Kensington Bridge via the expanded promenade deck that provides space for overlook and can be programmed for special festivals and events. The bridge metaphorically links London's multiple histories and cultures, leading us to the 7 generations long house. There is little in the physical fabric of London that reveals the presence of the ancient First Nation cultures that have settled on the riverbanks for millennia. The 7 generations longhouse is one first step to address this missing link using ancient bentwood fabrication techniques. This outdoor pavilion will be a space for learning and vibrant cultural events. There is momentum in this time and in this era for reconciliation on both environmental and cultural levels. Across the Antler Bridge, a new orchard builds upon the existing community garden at River Forks Park, expanding the river's role as a place of urban agriculture. To the north, Harris Park is revitalized through river restoration with new wetlands, channels, and native planting. Its role as a space for recreation, music, and cultural festivals will be strengthened. The land is sculpted to provide a natural amphitheater with a new band shell positioned to both face the amphitheater and the river. In the evening, a program of curated public art is projected onto the retaining wall on the west side. Harris Park will become a revitalized community destination year-round. Now on to Soho. The vision for the Soho focus area provides an exciting range of activities that are aimed to draw people from the surrounding neighborhoods to the valley on a daily basis. John will introduce you to the Soho Neighborhood inaugural project.
The Wellington Valley Trestle weaves together the urban and the wild by connecting the Soho neighborhood to the forest embankment and the wetland floodplain below with a gently sloping elevated pedestrian walkway that is also an armature for a variety of public spaces and events. Inspired by the robust wooden trestle bridges of our railroad history, the trestle navigates steep and impassable terrain. But where possible, touches down on the river valley as an undulating, elevated pedestrian boardwalk. This range and scale provides variety of advantages from the panoramic to the personal. The trestle is designed to function in normal conditions, and it also functions during periodic flood events. The gently sloping trestle deck acts as a sinuous circulation route and view platform, accessible to all, from athletes to families with strollers. But it can also provide a quiet retreat not far from the bustle of city life. A public porch is housed within the trestle structure, providing the public with a large gathering area to socialize and relax. A new outdoor room suspended above the valley floor. The trestle also provides an opportunity to play, with active zones for rappelling, zones spanned by durable climbing nets. These nets are inspired by the art piece Nets by Newman, and also areas for repose. Pathway, viewing platform, public porch, outdoor room, active play structure, and place of repose. The Wellington Valley Trestle is a thread that connects the Soho neighborhood to and through the river valley below. Get all this stuff out of your way.
The Wellington Valley Trestle is a sinuous spine that links the city to the river and the surrounding neighborhoods to an eclectic array of activities that bring us back to the river. The trestle connects to a pathway system on both the north and south banks, linking multiple activity areas. On the north bank, a new channel flows through the Wellington Heath at the base of the steep embankment. Two key activity areas include the Nature Adventure Playground, which is located centrally in this naturalized landscape, inviting exploration and discovery. And the Wellington Heath Cobble Beach, bringing families to the river's edge for fishing and picnicking. Crossing the River Now at the south end of the trestle, a neighborhood base for community gardening is created at the Harvest Common, a place of gathering that reaffirms the river's role in local food production. Further along the trail, improvements and reprogramming of Watson Park focus on providing youth with an exhilarating series of activities. This eclectic vision we call the Watson Twist, with a BMX pump track course and skateboard park mixed inconceivably with cricket. On the south bank of the river, the Watson Bowl is central to a more serene and passive experience, where kayakers, canoeists, and hikers will be immersed in a beautiful natural landscape. Modulating this network of trails and events, 5 of the 15 river nature shelters are located within the Soho focus area. They serve as gateways, places for meeting, for resting, for learning, and conversation. As these gateways touch the surrounding neighborhoods, they can become places of interest, hosting a program of curated public art. Soho provides a perfect example of how the city's investment in the river can trigger urban regeneration by linking river improvement areas with adjacent urban sites. A strategy of public-private investment can be established, increasing the city's tax base and leveraging funding from other levels of government for river valley revitalization. This strategy is amplified to capture the entire back to the river corridor, incorporating 5 regeneration precincts. Collectively, these sites represent 21 hectares of urban land that can result in millions of square meters of mixed-use development, triggered by the incredible quality of life that the river will present. These numbers represent the type of catalytic effect experienced by other Canadian cities as a result of public sector investments in waterfront. The direct and indirect economic impacts far outweigh the cost to build, maintain, and operate these revitalized river lands, underscoring both the financial viability of the project and its soundness as a strategic public investment. In conclusion, a revitalized, sustainable river valley that brings Londoners back to the Thames is great economics. But it's also good for the soul of this community. These initiatives will ignite a pride of place whose value is hard to quantify, but cannot be underestimated. These qualities will draw residents and visitors to London, but they are the moments of grace in the city that become the hallmarks of a progressive quality of life. It is these qualities that convince young Londoners to stay and build their futures in the community they were born and raised in, thus sustaining the continuum. On behalf of John and myself and our team, thank you for this wonderful opportunity.